Welcome to Frogfoot Holler, y'all. Alright, I'm Michael, my nephew Colton behind the camera. And as you can see, I had a haircut. You can actually see my ears. See? Ears. Alright, so we're out here today. We just gave the chickens some scratch and we changed out their bedding and everything. So we're ready to check on the seeds I put in last week and see how they're doing. Now, if y'all remember, I bought these clear plastic containers to act as mini greenhouses, and we're going to see how that works. Now, it's been raining and raining and raining, so all the rain soaked into the ground, but nothing got to the seeds. So I have to make sure I keep them watered. Now, here's the thing. It's warm under there, so I'm gonna have to do this fairly quick and get the covers back on so I don't lose too much heat. I'm gonna take the cover, move it sideways, and then spray it, and hopefully all that heat will stay up in that cover, and then the rest of the sun today will warm them back up, so I ain't got to worry about the frost tonight. Let's take a look, see how they look. Oh yeah, they're looking pretty good. Ain't nothing coming up yet. Now, as you can see by this cell right here, it's dry, so I know the heat is evaporating the moisture and everything. I just want to give them a quick little sprinkle, get them re-wet again. Now, I don't want to bog these seed cells down too much, but I also don't want them drying out too much either. So we're going to water these. All right, looking good right there. So I'm just gonna put it back on, and voila. So hopefully later this week or beginning of next week, I'll start having some seeds come up. And the chickens are still enjoying the tray over there, as y'all can see. We've been picking some weeds and some green kitchen scraps. We've been putting it in there. And as soon as that fills up some, we'll be putting that into the mulch bin. We'll let the chickens have it first, right? Me and my nephew's got some Scuppernong vines to prune. Y'all want to watch? Come see. All right, so as y'all can see, we're over at our Scuppernong row. Now, all this is just from one plant, or two plants. We got bronze Scuppernongs and we got muscadines, which are actually purple muscadines. The muscadines get about that big, bronze about that big. Itty bitty compared to the purple muscadines. Now, the one thing about Scuppernongs and muscadines, they are a grape, technically, but they are a southern grape. And what that basically means is you can put them in your mouth, bust them open, suck all the juice out of them, and then you have to spit the casing and the seeds out. And I like them mainly for jelly and juice. So I'll eat one here and there while I'm picking them, but I'd rather have them juiced and made into jelly or just leave them as juice. But what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be cutting these side shoots like this. And where you want to cut them at, if you see these things right here, I don't know, can you zoom in on that, Colton? These right here are what you call buds. So they're all the way up the stem like that. But you want to take and cut these side ones, leave about 2 of the buds, and then cut between the second and third one. Now, I always try to leave a slant on my cut so that way the water just don't sit up there and it moves on and off. So, got that one cut. We'll take this one, count the buds, 1, 2, and cut it. And I'm gonna cut it this way. All right, this one, 1, 2. I'm gonna cut him this way. And sometimes you gotta cut those little tendrils off. Those little tendrils are dead anyway, so that ain't gonna make a difference. You can cut them no problems. But you got a long one like this, same thing. 1, 2. Cut it and cut the tendril off. But if you notice on the bigger ones, like this one, it don't so much look like buds anymore as they do knuckles. Look like your knuckles. So I call these knuckles. And that's the same thing, you just cut 1, 2, cut between the second and third one. Now, when you get to an end vine, let's see, like this one right here. This is an end shoot. I'll actually cut 4 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And between the 4th and 5th one, I'll cut like that. So I can pull all that vine loose. This one right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll cut it like this. Now, like I said, I'm cutting at a 45, or as close to a 45 as I can get. So that way the water sheds off of it. So nothing gets on it. Now, you don't want to cut these too early, because if you get a really hard frost, it can hurt these scuppernongs. But down here where I'm at in South Carolina, we normally have 2 seasons, hot and cold. And hot lasts longer than cold does. As you can see, I'm out here in a lightweight sweatshirt, and I don't like really cold temperatures. It's like 50 degrees right now. But we're going to go ahead and do this because when I normally want to do it, which is middle of February, we got a lot of other stuff to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and pray there ain't a hard frost in between when I normally do it and now. But me and my nephew are going to get froggy and jump on these scuppernongs. Y'all enjoy. All right, guys, so what we got going on? The sun is in my eyes, so I can't really see the camera right now. Road noise going down the road is because it's getting time for people to get out of work and everything, so they're going down the road like maniacs. And the wind's blowing, so the sound may fade in and out. I apologize. Can't help that. Well, technically I could step to the other side of the fence. For some reason, it's sunny on this side and there's shadow on this side. I have no clue why. It's literally, it stops at the fence. But I'm on the wrong side of the fence. Remember, the grass is greener on the other side. And I think I know why. So what we got is pruned scuppernong vines. And as you can see, all the way down, it looks like a bunch of skeleton vines. Ain't nothing there, except for the main trunks. Now, these right here are the main trunks or main vines that we're running. Now you can see they look like they're old and everything, but they're only about 10 years old. Not too bad. I used to prune some scuppernong vines for a feller. Scuppernong vines were like that. These huge, massive vines. And I don't know how long they live, but they are probably every bit of 50 years old. And from what I've been told, they live longer than that. So I don't know. I just know what I had to do back then. Now, the reason why we prune these vines like this is because the scuppernong vines put their energy 2 different ways. One, when they come out of dormancy, they're feeding anything that's existing. So we want to minimize that. We're doing that by cutting the vines off. So anything that is produced in energy or going to energy goes to these main trunks right here. Second way they use their energy is when they're producing new growth. Now, scuppernongs only really grow on the new growth. So all those vines that were on here don't do anything. So they're feeding those for nothing. So I want it to be most productive. So it's going to put all its energy into making these vines bigger and to put out new vines, which will mean a lot of scuppernongs. Now, if you don't prune these, will it kill it? No, it will not kill it. It just, you will not get as many scuppernongs as you would if you did prune it. And I proved that last year. My mother, she knows about these things. She actually was the one that planted these things. And she never pruned them. And we got some scuppernongs off of them, pretty good amount, but I knew they could do more. So last year, I went and proved it to her and pruned them. And oh man, you talking about a fussing and a half. She thought for sure I'd killed all these vines all that time, and she thought I killed them all just with one pruning, until they came back. And they came back with a vengeance. Oh my goodness. We probably got a 5-gallon bucket load off of one plant. Actually, we probably actually got more than 5 gallons off of one plant. And you talking about scuppernong juice, we use that for jellies and juices, and whoo, man. I'm actually anxious now. I want some scuppernongs. These things need to hurry up and produce some. But these things are fairly forgiving. You can actually take, and let's say I wanted to move or change how these things are trellised. All right, I could cut these vines back right here or down here and change the trellising out. Now I might not get no scuppernongs the first year, but guess what? They're gonna come back out and they're gonna produce. A scuppernong vine's hard to get rid of. You just about gotta pull the root up before it will die completely. But right now, they're trellised the way we want them, and they're gonna produce us hopefully a lot of scuppernongs again this year. So we got to make sure we get these pruned every year. Any which way, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Remember, hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, and please share with your friends. If you think they might like something like this, tell them about it. Tell them to look me up. It's been Michael with Frogfoot Holler. Y'all have a froggy day.